So there we go. And I'm going to change my camera. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. One more thing. Hold on. One more thing I think I can do. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's do a quick review of where we ended up before we get into section 2. Just to kind of connect it. Okay, so I want to go through the whole form with the first section. We'll just do it once, and that'll be a referral for us to begin with. Okay, so I will call it, and we will go in the same direction. Okay. So prepare. Actually, I need to stand over here. Sorry, I forgot about that. Okay. From prepare. Feet flat on the ground. Check your weight distribution. Soft knees. Shift your weight over the middle of your foot. Head up. Sink your chest. Drop your hips. Arms down the side. Let the middle finger kind of pull down a little bit. Drop your shoulders. Opening. Rotate and lift. And come back down. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hand, step forward. White crane. Spreads its wings. Left brush knee. And push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee. Right brush knee. Left brush knee. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee. Last one. Parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Closing. And finish. Actually, we should have stopped before we got to apparent close to cross hand closing. Okay, so is anything that's pressing that you want to know about section 1 before we go on?
I think so. I could maybe use a review of everything.
Everything after a single whip? I'm just kidding.
What?
That's, yeah.
No, look at your single whip. Just basically the very last 4 moves, I guess.
What you mean, like a parry, block, and punch, a parent closing
Yeah.
up, cross hands?
Yes, everything sort of, yeah, a parry, block, and punch on would be great.
So after all the brush knees, and then
Yes,
you're
brush knees and
starting
then-
with parry, block, and
yes.
punch. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll talk you through it. And I'm gonna go the same direction as you to start, and then I'll try another direction too. So we just finished the last brush knee. So the left knee is forward. Our right hand is striking. So we start with parry, block, and punch like we do with the sequence of 3 brush knees. So shift back and you raise your left arm. And then bend the elbow so the palm is face up and open your knee to the left corner. Now your knees should be going in 2 different directions right here. Then go toward that knee, come draw down with both hands on, halfway down, make a fist. Your right leg is coming out, step. You look behind yourself, your fist is face down. Your left palm is open to the left corner. Turn your right foot to the corner. So when you step on it, you're going the right way. Come through with the back of your forearm with a parry. And the right knee is bent toward the corner. Go with your weight toward that right foot, that right leg. And now you're on the ball of the foot, step out, fist to the side, block with your left palm. And then strike, punching through as you bend the left knee. That's parry, block, and punch.
Yeah.
Next one, apparent closing up. Give a little, left hand comes out to the side, palm down, starts a shuttling motion. And then it turns the palm turns over and it crosses under the right elbow. The left hand crosses under the, actually the upper right arm. The right fist has turned over to break a grip. Now open the right hand. And as you come back, ward off, shifting your weight back, turn your shoulders to the right. Now we go back to push, come back, turn back to face 9 o'clock, palms in a push position at your chest, and push back up. That's apparent closing up. From here, we do cross hands. Shift your weight back, turn your right hand sideways a little bit toward the left hand. Now arc in a rainbow as you pivot on the left heel. You chop to the right corner. So both arms are facing at corners. Now shift your weight back to the left arm, to the left leg. Turn the hands, rotate the arms so the palms are facing down. Come down in a circle, step with the toe, shoulders width apart, put your foot down as you cross. Your right hand is on the inside, and then lift your arms, rotating your cross to shoulder height. Don't stand up yet. Then from here, you go to closing. Now stand, extend your arms. Your hands are sort of slanted sideways. Rotate the hands and then come back down gently as we did when we started with the opening. And then back to the side. And I'll show you a different direction. I'm going to go this way.
Question, just one
Yes.
question. So, by the time we get to like, so the knees for parry, block, and punch, so they're facing different directions. But by the time we get there, are we in a bow step? Because the angle of the camera where you are, I can't quite see. It looks wider than a bow step, but we should end in a bow step, right?
You are in a bow step when you're punching.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I'm going to go straight onto the camera.
Yeah.
So I'm starting in a bow step. So my left foot is straight along this yellow tape. You can see there's a little warping with the angles of the tape, right? A little bit.
Yep.
It's actually straight. Both lines are straight here. My right foot is on the other side of the yellow line and I'm turning it to the corner. That's my bow step.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay, from here, I shift back my weight straight back and I lift, I not all the way back, but halfway, lift it up halfway, And raise your left arm, so it's not level, it's halfway. Then from here, open the foot, this is so you can pivot on the heel. Pivot on the heel, open the left foot to the corner. You bend your elbow. This is where your knees are going in two different directions. So we don't want to let it collapse, not yet.
Got it.
Okay, the hands are centered in your body, so you're not turning them over here. So just keep them centered, even though you're kind of starting to come a little left with the body. Now go toward the left foot. See how I'm now turning my leg? I'm releasing my knee. So I pick my foot, I make a fist as I come down, I turn behind myself, and I've got my balance on my back leg. As I step one line, two sides, here's my yellow tape in front. I try to keep my heel, adjust my heel for now. Then I come forward as my foot goes down to its right angle. My knee should be following that right angle. So although I want to parry straight, the weight of my weight is shifting more over here as I come through. See that?
Yep.
Now step out straight with your left foot and punch straight. Okay. So you want to keep your right knee in line with your right foot.
Yep.
But hips can have a little bit of give. They're not totally square to front. That looks like I'm going to the left almost. Okay, so this will be me square to front. This will be wrong.
Yes.
Okay, and this would be a little too much tension if I keep them really locked in place. So let there be a little bit of play with the right hip, but not the knee.
Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too bad that there's always a slight warping, you know, the closer I get to the camera, sometimes it's straight on, other times things start bending. Unless it's just me.
It's a bow step, we know what a bow step is, so.
Okay, well, just as a reminder, you know, with where I put my feet, if I'm demonstrating, drawing your attention to the lines, that's accurate. Those are actually lined up, even if they don't look right to you. Okay, so any other questions about the last bits?
Can we just finish up from there?
Sure. Okay, so why don't we do parry, block, and punch one more time? From left brush knee. Okay, so 1 shift, 2 open, 3 draw down, make a fist and step with the heel. 4 parry, 5 block, 6 punch. And now we have apparent closing up. 1 give, 2 turn the fist under, face up, turn it. And your right palm is fingers extending past your upper arm. Open the fist, pull it back as you strip off someone's arm, warding off. Turn back to face 9 o'clock and push. And now cross hands. I shift back, I turn my right hand to the side, and I arc to the right corner. And I'm kind of leaning that way too. And my left foot is now straight. Now push your weight back to the other leg, rotate the arms as they're extended out. Now bend them down. Put your toe down, right foot toe down, shoulders width apart, shift your weight, cross your arms, raise your arms, rotating your cross to shoulder height. You've got bent knees. Good. Bent knees. You were good. Go back to, yeah, that's right, that's right. Now from here, stand up and extend. This is closing. Extend the arms, the hands are tilted inward. Rotate right there in that upper space, and then come back down. First the forearms, or rather the upper arms, then the elbows, forearms, and then the palms. And then closing, or rather finish, we put our hands to the side. Okay, how's that?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, now let's go on to the new move, or the next section. So there's a connector between all of our sections, and that is that we don't do closing and finish. So we do section 1, and when we finish section 1, I'm going to go this way. I'm gonna show you this way. If I'm like this and I just finished a parent closing up, I'm sorry, cross hands. If I just finished cross hands, the next movement is called embrace the tiger, return to mountain. So before, we don't just stop completely and start over, we actually continue like it's just another movement in another part of the form, which it is, but we have different sections. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift to the right leg and pivot on the left heel till it's almost straight, but not quite. Then we're gonna shift back, scissor open our arms, the right hand comes up in a pressing down motion, the left arm goes to the left, like push it, like brush knee. The right foot comes in, steps out, and it goes almost to a corner, but not quite. And I brush to the middle, like push, like rush knee, and then I strike. Okay, so what we're doing is, well, this movement has a couple of different contexts. So it's called embrace the tiger, return to mountain. We teach it like a brush knee sequence, only it's not straight. So if I finish my movement like this, if I come over, if I finish like this, facing 12 o'clock, this is what it would look like. Shift to the right, turn the left foot. See, my left foot is not completely straight and it's not to the corner. It's more than corner, more than it's less than straight, more than corner. Then I shift back, bending my back leg. My right arm comes out and up in a little circle and it presses down. My right foot comes to the in and out. I step at an angle, but not quite to the corner. And then I shift my weight with my foot flat. I brush to the same line where my foot is. And then I shift my weight forward and I strike. So essentially we are completely turning our body around. We're going from 12 o'clock to face 3 o'clock. And I'll show you, well, we'll talk about the application a little bit later. But
Can you do it facing the other way so we can follow along?
yeah, well, I'm going to break it down for you, but I wanted you to see it from a couple avenues.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's work on the footwork first. So that's why I have all these lines out here. So we can do it in different positions. So let's say that my first bow step, let's just say I start right here facing this way. I am in my cross hands position with my feet. My knees are bent. This is from the last section. So we just stay like this, but let's just drop our hands. Shift to the right leg and pivot on the left heel. This is really uncomfortable. You're really cramped. Now come back, shifting your weight back and release the hip. Do you remember how we talked about that in the single whip? Release the hip, open the hip, pick up the right foot, come into the center of your left foot, then step it wider out, put your heel down, almost to a corner, shift your weight onto the heel, shift your weight forward, bend the knee.
It's pretty far. It's pretty far.
It is. It's a little bit wider. It's an oh, what do they call it? It's not an unusual bow step. It's a not quite usual bow step.
Yeah.
So
How is it different?
it is different. The relationship is still 45 degrees between the feet. And we'll test our footwork in a minute. But what we're doing is we're not stepping straight with the back foot and to a corner with the right. We're stepping more than corner, less than straight with the back foot. And we're stepping less than corner, consequently, with the right foot, which is a little confusing. So if I were trying to be more specific with numbers, with the clock, if 145 or rather 130 is our left foot corner and 3 o'clock is straight, you know, when we turn our left foot, We want to
Yeah.
be, like, we want to be at like 145, 150. We don't want to be at all, we don't want to, I mean, 245. We don't want to be all the way to 3 o'clock.
So practically speaking, it's wider.
It is a little bit wider. It's it is just a little bit wider. So remember that when we get to cross hands, we start with the
Hold on just a second. Wait, so is the left, are you saying the left foot is going to 145?
No, I'm saying that it's, well, it's not quite that accurate. So it's a bit of an issue about how much someone can turn their foot. So let's say you 130 is to the corner. We're going more than that. So another 10 degrees. What is that? 145, 2 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
15 degrees, but not 3 o'clock. So if I go, let's see if I go this way. Okay, so if I go this way, can you see my foot? Let's see, here's a corner angle right there. Okay, so I'm going to turn, if I'm facing my left foot this way, and I'm going to turn, that's not going to help. Well, anyway, it'll be like this, okay? Do you see the difference between straight? This would be corner, or rather this would be corner. This is straight, so it's about like that.
So it's like a bow step, but with the back foot more turned in?
Yes. Well, remember that when we have usually our bow step, the back foot's at a 45-degree angle. And we're usually going in straight, we usually are going 12 and 6 or 9 and 3. But we can do it anywhere. We can do it at any angle. The important part is that we have a 45-degree relationship between the two heels. Okay, or the feet, I should say. And we have to be shoulders width apart at the heels. So if this is our regular bow step, or rather our regular shoulders width, and I want to do a bow step, this is a right foot corner, and I step out with I step out straight and bend my knee to make a bow step. And I test it by turning my right foot straight, bringing back the left foot, and I'm shoulders width apart. But when I'm doing this stance, which is, you know, between corners kind of, I'm going to be doing it something more like this. So let's see, it'd be more like, instead of like this, it'd be more like this and more like that. Because I'm stepping not to the corner, but almost to the corner. Okay, then to test myself, I'm going to draw my, I'm going to turn my left foot in the same direction as the foot going to the corner, because that's the direction you're aiming for. That's where your opponent is. And then I'm going to pull back my right foot and test my shoulders with my heels. Are they shoulders width apart still? So this is why we have these lines out.
Yeah, so you're facing like 4 o'clock.
What's that?
You're facing 4 o'clock rather than 3.
I didn't understand you.
Facing 4 o'clock rather than 3.
No, I was just showing you just in general. So let me go back to the movement. When we start this movement, we are standing in 12 o'clock, okay? And I'm going to go the same direction as you. So if I'm standing in 12 o'clock here, I'm going to face your direction. I'm going to turn, I'm going to shift my weight to my right leg so I can pivot on my heel. So I go past 130, but not all the way to 3 o'clock. Then I'm going to come back with my weight, pick up my left foot, step in, and then out, up a little bit, because I'm trying to make a bow step. And then instead of going to the corner, I'm going to step my foot, my toe, a little bit toward the direction of less than that. So like 4 o'clock with the right foot, and then shift. Is that what you were asking me about the 4 o'clock? Something more like that with the right foot?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't understand that part, sorry. Yes, well, again, we don't call it, when we teach this movement, now different people may have different methods, But I've learned it as less than corner, more than corner, less than straight, more than straight, which is a little bit vague, I grant you. But I don't think it matters too much as long as your relationship is right. So what is obvious is when your 1 foot is straight and the other is really to a 45-degree corner, that wouldn't be right in this movement. Okay, it's a little bit, instead of, you know, like this, it's a little like that. And we'll have other movements like this in this next section. So let's practice that a couple of times. I'm going to go in a few different directions. So let's do it together. So let's see. From here, I'm going to stand on the inside. I'm going to stand on the inside of this tape, the right foot, so you can see it. I'm going to shift to the right, and I'm going to pivot on my left heel. I have to put a lot of weight into my front leg. Then I'm going to release my foot, release my hips, bring my body weight back, turn and balance, step in with my right foot, then step out. And then instead of going in line with 45, I'm going to set it on the inside of that and shift my weight forward and bend my knee. Okay, so now let's check our feet. So turn your left foot to follow the line of your right foot to the corner and draw your right foot back. And check your heels. Are you approximately shoulders width apart? How did that go?
So,
Is that okay?
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So let's work on the arms now. So I'm going to just face forward. So we start from here and cross hands. This is my right arm. So the first thing I'm going to do is extend my right arm a little bit and start pulling this left one down. I'll show you from this angle. I'm going to go like this from front. The left comes down, elbow draws down, the right one comes out. Then from here, the right hand continue. We're going to do, actually, let's do the left hand from here. Then the left hand, I'll put the right hand out. The left hand then draws down and makes an arc out to the side. It is now facing 12 o'clock. Your left hand would be facing 12 o'clock. So basically it's a side deflect instead of to a corner because we're turning our body posture. Okay, so let's do that again. We'll just put the cross up just as a reference. So start drawing the left elbow down, extend the fingers, and then curve your arm back up so the palm is facing to the side. Now let's go back and we'll do the right hand. So the right hand comes out, and then it starts to make a little circle like that. And then it brushes out, and then it comes down. Okay, so together, there's a little bit more with the left hand. This time we're going to add more to the left hand. So the left hand comes down, circles out, comes in, I forgot this part, and then strikes straight out, sorry. And we're striking with the heel first, with the palm of our heel. This is a brush knee, right? Okay, so the right hand together, the left hand comes scissors down, the elbow draws down, the right hand comes out a little and then makes a little circle while the left hand continues to circle out. And then from here, you know this part, and then strike out. Fortunately, some of this will be familiar to you. Okay, so I'm going to go sideways. So this would be my correct position if I were doing this movement. So I would be facing my 3 o'clock when I'm here and I'm starting this part. I would have turned from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So from here, pull down, scissoring down with the left arm, circling out and up and down, palm down with the right hand. From here, brush forward with the right hand and then strike out as you bring the right hand down. Now, if we do it with our angles, with our body turning, it's going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to go this direction so you can see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll go a few different directions. So if I start with from cross hands from the end of section 1, I'm going to shift to my right and pivot on my left foot. So my hands haven't done anything yet. As I shift back, this is when I start to separate my arms. The left hand starts to scissor down, the right hand comes out, like in a, almost looks like a ward off, but it isn't, comes out, circles, and my right leg is now coming in, and as I come out to the side, I step with my right heel almost to a corner. I'm not on my flat foot yet. Then I brush toward the right angle of my right leg, and my left arm is at my shoulder, left hand at my shoulder, and then I shift in the line of my right leg, my right hand to the thigh. Now, there are some things that we're going to do that a few more times. There are some things that people do. Sometimes when we strike, remember that we strike in line with our front leg, right? So we try not to strike off to the side. If our leg is pointing in one direction, we try not to strike in a different direction. So the same thing applies here. So if I have my right foot out at not corner, but less than corner, then my knee needs to follow that line, and my arm is my brush goes to that line, that direction, and then comes down. My left arm strikes in that line. A lot of people will strike and brush more centered, or they'll go over, but they don't always go in line with their legs. So that's important to remember. So let's try from a different, I'm going to do it in a different direction. I'm going to turn this other way. Let's see, I'm going to go this way. So from here, cross arms, let's do it together. So 1, turning, 2, scissor apart, 3, pick up your right foot and step almost a corner. 4, weights in the middle, put your foot down, brush to the core, almost a corner. 5, bend your knee as you strike, following the line of your leg. Let's do it again. I'm going to try a different direction. Let's see. Go. Let's see. If I go this way. Okay, I'll just try this way. Okay. Now let's see. I'll need to go this way, I guess. Shift to the left or right. Come back. Circling down and up. Step. Now brush. And strike. And we strike with our usual lean. I don't think if there's anything else you need to know exactly. Okay, let's go back and work on the stance. Which part of this do you have questions about?
Maybe the coordination of it all. I don't know. I just have to do it a bunch more times, honestly.
Okay, let's talk about the gaze, and then we'll work on the coordination again. So if I'm starting here, my gaze is forward at 12 o'clock. And then when I shift, my gaze follows the turn of my body. So now I'm looking basically almost at 3 o'clock. Then, as I come and swing out to the left, my gaze should follow where my hands are going, just like we do in the brush knees. So when I'm here, my right foot should be on its heel, but my weight's still on my left leg. Then I brush and my foot is flat, my weight's to the middle. And then I strike, pushing my weight forward. Okay?
And the direction, striking to the direction of the right foot, which we determined is around 4 o'clock, right?
Approximately. We
Okay.
say less than corner, but yeah, I would say 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. I find it easier to be kind of more specific, but truthfully, it's not wrong if it's within a range of, 10 or 15 degrees. Okay, let's try another direction. Let me see if that helps at all. Let's see. Questions?
Sure what it means. Okay. 12 o'clock over there.
Well, right now it's what it's.
Yeah, that's right.
Normally it's 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna face you and then I'll be turning to the right side. Okay, so first I shift and I turn my left foot almost to 3 o'clock. Come up here. Then 2, my left hand comes down, my right hand starts to come out and make a circle. I bring my left foot in and I step. My right foot should be to the side and a little bit above because I'm making a bow step. A bow step is to the corner. And then 4, I brush. Now my foot is flat and my right arm is extended toward the same angle as my right leg. And then I strike toward that angle as I bring my right hand down to my thigh. Let's check our feet. Turn your left foot in the same direction as the right and bring the right foot back. Are your shoulders width apart?
I wasn't quite.
The biggest thing people have trouble with this move is knowing how far to step forward. And I'll explain why this looks confusing. And also how far to step forward with the right foot, because to me, it's always looked a little bit like when you turn here and you're stepping out, you're stepping like this. You're stepping to the side.
Yeah.
But you're not putting your heels parallel. Like I'm not standing both of my feet on this line.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Because
Got it.
I'm not standing to the corner.
Right.
And it's not, here's the point of this, is that when we do this movement, although there are many applications for every single thing we learn, we usually teach one primary movement or one primary application with each movement. But we treat it like it's a brush knee, as I said. So we brush and we strike. But the reason we're turning behind us, we're turning around, is because someone's coming from behind. So if someone, I'm going to see if I can put a pillow on the floor here or something. Hold on. I'll just try this. I'm going to just put this pillow right here, or I'll put it right here. Okay, it's an old pillow. Okay. Let's say that someone is standing behind me and I'm like, they're coming up behind me. They don't have their hands on my shoulder. They're just coming up and I can feel them coming up. I hear them, I see them, and I need to turn to greet them, right? Well, they're coming at an angle like this. Okay, first I was this way, they're coming at me like this. So not directly behind.
Right.
They're coming at this angle.
Right.
I turn, I need to counter their block or whatever they're gonna do. Their body's coming in close to me. And so I need to step around their leg. So if this is their leg, if the pillow is their leg, I can just step into it. Like right here, what I wanna do is come into it kind of hard. So I have to come up into it and knock them.
Right.
Okay, so
So you're in there really close, is what you're saying.
What's that?
So you're in there really close, is what you're
They're
saying.
very close to me and I have to, if I step just parallel. Let's say they're right here and I'm standing and I turn like this. If I come like this and I step here, I'm doing nothing. I'm too far behind them. I
Yes,
have to get my foot up enough that when I bend my knee, they're going to be off balance because I'm pushing my knee behind their knee.
yes.
Then this is what we call the embrace the tiger. Tigers embrace by, they hold each other in a cross and then they claw like this, you know, they knock each other over like this kind of emotion. We don't do that and we don't show it like that. But that's what one of the big benefits of this move is. That's why we are stepping this way instead of, you know, that way. So
What's the return to the mountain? Which part is returns to the mountain?
well, some of this is poetic, but my understanding, so if I step here, this is the embrace. This would be embrace, okay? And I would be knocking someone over.
Right.
The return to the mountain part is this. This is going back to your usual, I guess, normal Tai Chi stuff. So the embrace is about the first part of this application, the possible application.
Got it.
Sure, this pillow really helps, but the point is that if the pillow is too far ahead of me and I step straight, I have nothing. So if I'm like this, if I step parallel to this, if I turn and I step like this, it's not helping. I need to be closer.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Because this is where their leg is. They're coming toward me and I need to be able to push into the back of their knee or their thigh.
Right, got it.
It's kind of hard to show with pillows.
No, I think I got it.
I should ask my husband to come help me sometime, but he's working. Okay.
Does he also do Tai Chi?
He does jujitsu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We both used to do Kenpo karate years ago, but we both kind of diverged at a certain time. So, okay, so the importance of explaining why we're stepping this is because I'm trying to set up the understanding of why the stepping is weird, okay?
Got it.
So we have to rise to the occasion, we have to adapt. So we do our usual brushing, warding off stuff here. And then we have an opponent here, okay? So we have to step out, but up a little bit. So what does up a little bit mean? And then bend your knee. Well, it's an appropriate extension. It's not like really far straight ahead. You're not doing a regular bow step where you're directing this way. Remember, you're directing this way off to the side a little bit. Okay, because our left foot is not straight. If our left foot were straight, then we would be doing it like this. Okay. So the reason we come in with the foot, the right foot, we shift, we pick up the right foot, we come in, not back, but into where the ankle is about, step out, and maybe another half a foot higher. Put it down almost, not to corner, but less than corner, and shift your weight forward. Okay.
Yep, I did it.
Okay. All right, let's try
You did
that.
it.
Let's try that bit again. I'm gonna go, let's see, the same direction as you, if that's helpful. Okay. So we finished cross hands, we're facing 12 o'clock, our knees are bent. And we're going into embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, shift to the right, turn the left foot more than corner, less than straight, almost to 3 o'clock. 2, pushing your weight back, shifting your weight back to your left knee, bend your left knee. Rotate the right arm, circle down with the left, press down with the right, step in and out with the right foot and up a little bit. 4, brush to the center, or rather brush, following the right arm to the right leg. And then 5, strike, bending the knee. Let's check our feet. Turn the left foot forward, bring the right back.
Yep.
Now, what you'll find, it takes most practice, or at least that's been what I have found, and I've noticed this with other people, is that their feet are not in the right places. That could be, that takes time to work with it. Okay, that's like the biggest thing with this. Let's do it a few more times. So we have it memorized, and then we will go from there. Okay, ready? Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to change positions. I'm going to go this way. Back a little bit. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, shift and turn. 2, shift back, rotate the right hand, pull down the left, circle out looking to the left, step to the right. 3, rush. 4, strike. I think we can do this in 4 counts. Let's do it again. So the gaze is that when you swing your arms one way, that's where your gaze is. And then when you turn your body, you're following the direction of where your hands are going to be striking. Okay. Okay, ready? Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, shift and turn. 2, shift back, rotate, pressing down, deflect out and up, step. 4, hand to the shoulder, brushing. 5, strike. And again. This time I'll just count as I keep losing my count. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's break it down to more obvious Kodak moments. Make sure we've got the coordination points. Okay, so 1 will be shift and turn. Shift to the right leg and turn. 2 is shift back, rotating the arms, stepping out. And when the arms get up to here, you step. That's all 2. 3 is brush, 4 is strike. And it's important that when you are deflecting out or striking, you have some rooting with the floor, right? So just like in parry, block, and punch, when we're shifting, we're swinging back, we need to have, by the time our left arm is up, our heel should be down. Right? Okay, so let's do that again. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go a different direction. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check your feet. Pull it back. And you will have some variation for a while. Don't worry about that. Just keep trying to, be accurate. Okay, can I watch you guys do it a couple times? Oh, hold on. Wait a sec. Just a minute. That's weird. It says I was signed out. That's odd. Okay, never mind that. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, just fine.
That's strange. Okay, ready? Okay, from cross hands. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. 1, shift and turn. 2, open the arms, swing back. And step in and out. 3, brush. Foot flat, waist, weight in the middle. 4, strike, bend your front knee. It's getting there, looking pretty good, actually. Good job. Thomas, have you done this one before?
Yes, but I totally forgot it.
Good. Well, then it's like brand new.
Yeah, I mean, I vaguely remember it, but it's like learning it all over.
That's funny. Yeah, I know that feeling. Sometimes that happens with stuff that it's like, how could I not know this? Well, anyway, that happens with everybody. Okay, let's do it together. I want to work on how we step in and out. So let's see, from here, this would be a right corner right here. And I'll show it from a couple different directions. So when I turn and I'm like this, when I step in, see, this is almost straight, not quite. When I come in, I bring my foot in, I step to the side and up, about maybe halfway up or almost to the top of your other foot. And then I put it down and step forward, lean forward, okay? So I'm gonna go a different direction. Trying to use some visuals here that might be helpful. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna turn, hold on. I'm gonna turn left, turning to the right actually. I'm gonna come back, release the foot, step in, step out, and then put it down a little higher than when I stepped in and out. So when we step in and out, here's the point. When we step in and out, remember that I said we're stepping in a bow step. So we're not just stepping in a lateral step with our feet at angles. It's a bow step, right? Even if it's not a normal bow step. So when we do this, we have to come in to get around somebody's leg. So we can't just go like this, or we'll just run our knee into their knee. Right? So that's important about this movement. So when we turn, come in, like you're gonna go to the side. Now step to the side, but don't put your foot down yet. Extend it to the side and then shift your heel up and then put your foot down. Here's what I don't want you to do, but I'll show you it this way. Turning, you turn up here. I turn, I come in, whoops, and then I come back with my foot behind and out.
Yeah,
We
no,
don't do that.
right.
Yeah. So the idea of coming back and to the side can make it sound sometimes like you want to come behind yourself, but that's not really what you're trying to do.
I
Your
don't
opponent's still in front, but you got to
I
get
don't-
around their leg.
Yeah, I don't think either of us are doing that.
Okay, well, just to let you know.
Got it.
Let's practice it a couple more times and then we will end it.
I actually have a hard stop. I'm sorry. It's 5 o'clock right now and I've got a
Okay.
call I've got to take. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's no problem. We can stop
Yeah.
now. If you guys are both comfortable, we'll end it here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, nice to see you both. Glad you're back.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye. This is going to be a great section. You'll love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hicks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.